lights are out and you stumble in the dark. You kept pushing on, but then you went too far. When your ship has sailed and all your dreams are lost, everything is wrong, you feel like it's your fault. Just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing out there to get you, don't forget it. When life throws lemons, just call me. Just call me. Just call me. You're stronger now than you ever been. You gotta leave now, it's time to catch the wind. You will climb up high and look through the clouds. And when you're feeling low, I know you'll bounce back. Oh, and just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing out there to get you, don't forget it. When life throws lemons, just call me. Just call me. Just call me. Just call me.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Chicagoland Speedway. We are live here from Joliet, Illinois, ready to rock and rumble once again here from the high banks of Chicagoland Speedway. This is the Western States Racing League live here on Sim Racing Media. I'm Liam Irving, joined up in the booth by Alan Bergen. Alan, how are you doing today?
Good. Last night, Liam, I had to play electrician. That's always fun, right? Tonight, I get to play announcer.
I would
Both
much rather play announcer versus electrician. We're catching up here on the tail end of qualifying. 34 drivers have put down a lap. We're looking at William Fletcher completing his second here as we work the 1.5 mile intermediate track here in Joliet. And this is one of my favorites, Alan. It's one of the oldest surfaces in the Cup Series, or in all of NASCAR, really. I mean, you're going to see these guys running top, running bottom, wherever they can go to get the grip and get out of that dirty air. And I think we're going to see tires wearing down be a big factor moving on later into this race.
I mean, 106 laps, good mile and a half. Forever immortalized in iRacing, as we don't really come to Chicago here, or Joliet, Illinois, any longer, but we do have the Chicago Street Course. So, there's that.
Yeah, and I tell you what, man, I wish I could have seen a race at this track. I've had some friends that were lucky enough, I say lucky enough, they would disagree, but they were lucky enough to be at the 2018 Chicagoland race where it was Kyle Busch versus Kyle Larson. I say they're lucky, they would disagree with me because they were, and still are, Kyle Larson fans. Wanted him to win that race, but that was one of the most incredible finishes that we've seen in NASCAR Cup racing history. And here we are with the Western States Racing League, season number 50 at that, round number 11, ready to rock and roll with these trucks here at this 1.5-mile circuit.
Right, you are. So I think 2018 was the infamous slide job, if I'm not mistaken.
Slide job. Slide job.
You did that a little too well.
I've seen it a few too many times. Anyways, we've got a 103 degree track temperature with a 72 degree ambient air temperature. That's going to lead these guys to be slipping and sliding quite a bit here in the Western States Racing League as we finish up with qualifying here. Alan, I'm gonna leave you with the task of going through our starting grid.
All right. Well, in that case, on the pole tonight is Rob Haynes. To his outside is James Lehman. In row number 2, Jeff Schmeier. And to his outside, Butch Davis. Row number 3 will have Heath Smith and Chad Stearns. Row 4 will be Charlie Widener and Matt Sisler. Row number 5 will have Justin Michael and Lyle Swearingen. As row number 6, we will have Andrew Solta and Chris Samard. Row number 7, we'll have Carl Burke and Kyle McCartney. Row 8, we'll see Christian Bishop, Charles Woods. Row number 9, we'll have Chad Simpson and JT Wilkins to his outside. Row number 10, we'll have Troy Barker and Bob Beltrami, the Beltrami Salami sponsored truck. Row number 11, we'll have Dan Brazington and Dennis Houston. Row number 12, we'll have Brian Barnes and Morris G. Bogan, not taking a lap. Starting 25th, we'll have Brandon Hughes and Wayne Hutchinson starting 26th. Starting 27th will be William Fletcher, and starting 28th will be Barry Phil. Starting 29th will be Ryan Steele and Wayne, and starting 30th will be Wayne Fleet. Starting 31st will be David Weaver. Starting 32nd will be Skylar Vickroy. Scott Kukas will start 33rd. Earl Weaver will start 34th. Starting 35th will be Dustin Burns. Daryl Scott will start 36th. Starting 37th on the field tonight will be Keith Kellman. James Campbell will roll off 38th. 39th will be Fred Williams. Dave Rudd will start 40th. And rounding out your field will be Jeff Hollingsworth. And Kelly Bishop will start shotgun in 42nd position. And that is your starting lineup, Liam.
Appreciate you jumping through there, and just a couple of quick stories that we want to mention. Chris Samard, as he's going to roll off in 12th place up on the top side. He won last time around at Daytona in a chaotic finish. Alan, you were with me for that. I know you were tired. I know that you were ready for bed. You had a vacation coming up the next day and 2 races to get done earlier on in the day. But man, did we see an incredible battle at the end between Chris Samard and that 42 and Chad Simpson. Justin Michael was up there. These guys beating and banging. It was an incredible show we got to see last time around at Daytona.
I will say this. That was a barn burner. And, something else I want to mention too. If you go back to the weather, it's 51% humidity. And if you live in the Midwest, 50% humidity now, the humidity will smack you in the face.
Probably not until it gets up into that 70-80% range. That's where it's going to really get you here. These guys, they've got a nice hot day, a nice hot track, but it's a dry heat. So the drivers might be okay in there. As Rob Haynes leads the field in that number 99, the beer store car. The Toyota Tundra out of Canada. It's got to be, if it's the beer store. Pace Trucks made that hard left turn. Green flag is in the air, and we are racing here in the Western States Racing League, season number 50, round 11 in Chicago.
You see that 99 truck there of Matt Sisler there? Down to turn number 1 and down the back stretch they go. And Liam, I suspect that these guys are going to have a long green flag run. Hopefully a 106 lap green flag run.
Yeah, I mean, it's entirely possible, but I tell you what, these guys are racing hard here on this first lap, trying to take what they can get. That qualifying lap might not have been all they had to show, but like you said, you've got 106 laps here. Oh, big time loose for the race leader. He slides up the racetrack, still loose. He gets into the 43. That's Jeff Schmeier in the 38. He's going to continue on. Fantastic save there out of the 38 machine.
But he's going to lose wholesale position as he's still falling back.
Yes, sir. It goes from battling for the race lead all the way back to the 14th position. He's settled out there against two of your podium finishers from last week, Chad Simpson and Chris Samar.
Looks like we got the 3-wide action up there around Chad Stearns there in the 05 truck.
Justin Michael just cut off the 50. It gave him a big block down the back straightaway of James Lehman. He's moved himself up into 5th place, and we know how strong Justin Michael has been this season. Can he get himself another victory? He's looking forward. Up 4 spots already after 3 completed laps. Lyle Swearingen just ran the fastest lap of the race right behind that number 50 truck. With a 30.97, I believe he is the first driver to break into the 30s. Yes, James Lehman hit a 30 flat, or 31 flat, I should say. But Lyle Swearingen, the first one to break into that 30.90s range. Now he's got the run up on the top side of Justin Michael. Michael goes all the way to the bottom to try to stay there, but that top side momentum is going to work out. Maybe, no, Justin stays in there.
Look at Lyle Swearingen there in that number 68 truck. If he's working the outside pretty hard, and you know, the good thing about it being a hot day, Liam, is these trucks are going to slide around. So this is a driver's type racetrack right now.
Yeah, so far it is. These guys have the option to play with the throttle a little bit to help them turn throughout the midpoint or dive it in deep to try to work in that right front tire for later in the run. With this being such a hot, abrasive racetrack, these guys do have options.
Well, I can tell you one thing. Right now, they got 80% fuel, and they have 4 tires in the pit. They have 4 sets of tires in the pit. And the track temperature right now is 101 degrees.
Butch Davis to the inside for the race lead. He's going to complete this pass coming up off of turn number 4, although the one of Heath Smith doesn't want to let him. The draft stays up on the top with Haynes. Now back side by side for the race lead. Can Butch hold it on the bottom side? Drafting working out up top. Butch comes up the racetrack. Can't come up all the way. That was close. That's going to allow Charlie Widener in the 31 down to the bottom in that WD-40 machine, trying to lubricate his way into whatever hole he possibly can. Let's pretend that didn't come out the way it did. Here he comes down for the race lead on Butch Davis. We apologize for... Anyways, we got a battle for the race lead up front. Butch able to hold on. Charlie Widener looking. Here comes Lyle Swearingen. He's got a big push from Heath Smith to the inside of Haynes.
Swearingen gonna try to slide into the 3-hole.
I broke you. I remember I told you that you could have my races paid if you could break me. And I broke you.
Wow.
Butch Davis holds out of the race lead. Charlie Widener right behind him. Rob Haynes trying to defend from 3rd place. James Lehman right behind him. Looks up to the top side through 3 and 4. Looking to get that momentum up off of the corner, but not quite enough to get it done right there. So they are side by side, just outside of the top 5. There's Justin Michael in 6th. Carl Burke looking down to the inside. Little bit of contact with Heath Smith going down into the corner. But Burke is going to prevail up on that top side.
As we are 3 wide almost there in the back. And these guys, you know, Liam, that's the thing I like about Chicago, or, you know, Chicagoland. These guys are going to use the apron, the middle, the high side, the low side. Hell, they might even use the grass.
Wouldn't recommend it. I've tried it. Doesn't work. It worked for Dale, and I think it worked for Mike Skinner. Or Ron Hornaday. One of those guys got turned into the grass at Texas at a Busch Series race and actually did complete a pass when they got turned into the grass. Dale passed by the field, or by the fans. Whichever RCR car that was, he passed another car.
Hey, if it worked for him, it worked for Lightning McQueen too.
Charlie Widener's taking the race lead over Butch Davis. Butch looking back up to the top side. He's got to run, try to side draft a little bit, and pull him back from the top side. Here comes the 99 of Rob Haynes, your pole sitter, trying to take the lead up on the top side. He's got nothing for Butch. Butch gets up in front of him, and Butch gets the race lead with a strong push down the back straightaway. 99 looks up top once again, but 3 and 4 has not been as good for the top side as 1 and 2 has. As Charlie Widener now stays dead even door to door with that 99. Outside momentum might be working in the favor.
Yeah, you see Rob Haynes there in that 99 truck. He's not moved off the high side since the start of the race. Charlie Widener's stalling back to 4th position.
Yeah, Widener now under fire from Swearingen.
Yeah, the battle of the oil cans right now. Butch Davis is up there in the lead right there in the 43 STP oils and lubricants truck.
Buddy, I thought you were talking about the Mountain Dew truck versus the WD-40 truck. I'm like,
no, the battle of the oil cans.
what kind of oil is Mountain Dew? Because that comes in a can.
Oh boy.
Rob Haynes now with the 50 of James Lehman down to his inside, looking inside just to try to get a little bit of clean air. And the leader does the same thing as the second place car, giving plenty of space to that 50 truck to get his nose some clean air, potentially a little bit less of usage on his tires in that cleaner air. Look a little bit further back. These guys are still packed up just outside the top 15. Here's Morris Bogan looking middle here. Not quite enough space. Chris Samard, last week's winner, he's fallen back into this group as well. He's 6 spots down from where he started back in 18th place. Morris looking at 3 wide once again through the middle.
You know, I'm reminded that I-55 rolls just to the west, or to the east of Joliet, Illinois, in the Speedway, and this is a traffic jam on I-55 here in Joliet, Illinois. And these guys are trying to make moves that can't go anywhere.
Why can't they go anywhere, Alan? I mean, it seems like the lanes are there, but I suppose 15 laps into this race, we haven't seen a caution flag yet. These guys are really wearing down their tires and just trying to find a lane.
That's okay. You don't have to, look, you just gotta be there at the end. You don't have to be there 17 laps into a race. Jeff Schmeier still continues to lose position.
Now Jeff Schmeier started, I believe, 3rd place. He's all the way back to 16th position. Morris Bogan just got around him on the outside. Here comes Chris Samard looking to his outside. 18 machine as well. Listed, I believe, is the 36. That's Troy Baker. The same name as a voice actor from The Last of Us, but a different driver. Trying to bring this fame up into Chicago stardom as he gets a little bit loose there, trying to pull off of Schmeier. Gets down to the bottom, going to try to paint that white line, gets right next to it, but can't quite hit it, and that's going to allow Schmeier to get through up on the top side.
Yeah, right there, Schmeier is working the outside line there. But here we are, watching Justin Michael there come down the back straightaway. And he's going to be working the inside here as he tries to get around Lyle Swearingen.
Justin Michael, the only one up in the top 6 to go for the bottom side of the racetrack. He's trying to pull a slider here on Lyle. He's going to get next to Charlie, but he can't use up all the racetrack he wants to. Lehman goes down in front of him to pull a little bit of a block that might help him out a little bit, as now he enters the corner next to Widener, going all the way to the bottom once again. Oh, loose out of the 50. Almost contact coming up off of 2. Those guys super close. I think Michael knew what he was doing there, and the 50 was just holding on for dear life. Here comes Justin Michael back down to the bottom. He's trying to get side by side for second. This almost reminds me of those choo-choo train races at the plate tracks where you just get one guy who's trying things. But we've got short enough straightaways as to where Justin Michael's able to make things happen. Now he looks down to the inside for the race lead. Butch Davis doesn't allow it to happen, but Justin Michael clears himself up for second. There's nobody else between the 43 and the 87 now, and we know how dominant that 87 has been all season.
Here he comes, here he comes, here he comes. Nope, he's looking, nope. Charlie Widener's going to go to the apron.
Yeah, I think he saw what Widener was doing and thought, I'm going to stay in and defend that move. Now here comes Michael, down to the inside for the race lead. 22 laps into this thing, Justin Michael trying to get up clear, not quite enough on Butch Davis.
Here comes Justin Michael. He's going to try it again. Going into 3. He's at the door.
He knows that 3 and 4 is much better on the bottom than 1 and 2 is. Can he get clear? Butch Davis comes back down the racetrack to try to cross him over. I think Tyler Lehman hit the wall. Sorry, that's James Lehman. James Lehman in the 50 scrapes the wall. Butch Davis now on the bottom of the racetrack. He's sideways down there, and Justin Michael has everything he wants up there. He's got the race lead. He's clear for it.
He's running that Kyle Larson line.
For now. Goes back down to the bottom side.
Butch Davis says, if you can do that, I can do it better.
But can he, though? Last time around, it was 2/10 in the favor of Justin Michael. Alan, if your hopes and predictions at the beginning of this thing are going to be correct about a caution-free race, that is not what anybody in this field that is not number 87 wanted to see. I mean, don't get me wrong. We know that Justin Michael isn't God, per se. But, like, he has been so strong in so many races this year. He's got... I'll have to double-check the exact number of wins. I think it's 3.
I think you're right.
But, I mean, he's just been doing phenomenal all season.
25 laps into this piece. And Justin Michael's at the top of the pile. But, you know, here's the thing, though, too. As you watch Justin Michael go to the end, that just shows you the class of racers that, you know, Western States Racing League has.
These guys have incredible talent week in and week out. And the fact that we have 40 guys showing up every single time we take the racetrack. Dave Rudd at the back of this pack right now. He deserves some love. I don't know what happened to him. He's sitting at the back of this pack, but, I mean, doing a good job here, hoping for a caution flag to come his way. Dustin Burns not too far in front of him. He was running super strong in Daytona. Troy Baker's coming into the pits.
He might have an issue there.
Could be an issue.
I'm interested to see what that issue might be.
Justin Michael continues to lead. Lyle Swearingen was almost in the middle of a 3-wide battle there as Andrew Schulte works his way up into the top 6. Trying to get up into the top 5. He started just outside the top 10. Remember, our defending champion, Andrew Schulte, and that Taco Bell 81 machine. Trying to work his way up into this top 5 now. Maybe put the fight to Mr. Michael. Here is Rob Haynes. Sorry, I was looking at Charlie Widener making it down to the inside of James Lehman.
Andrew Schulte trying to think outside of the bun and catch that WD-40 car.
That was nice. That was good.
You got Butch Davis there. He's giving chase, and here's the thing, Liam. Justin Michael has a better corner exit than Butch Davis.
He definitely does. He's getting away. He's got about half a second. Looking through the standings here, though, Justin Michael. He's 16th in points. He's won 4 times this year. Not just 3, but 4 times this year. But the races he hasn't shown up for, that's why he's so far back in points. These guys, maybe not racing him for the championship necessarily, but every single time he gets out onto this racetrack, they want to beat him like Kyle Busch is in the Truck Series.
Aww.
Caution is out for the first time here today. Keith Kelman looks to be involved in this one down the back straightaway. Dustin Burns is slow as well down the back. I believe both of them had a little something to do with this.
I think you're right.
Caution out for the first time here today.
Well,
Keith Kelman up in front of this group. Oh, and he's just going to get loose on his own and gets hit by the 18. Remember, that's Troy Baker on fresh tires. So Baker gets into the back of him, turns him around. Dustin Burns had nothing to do with that, just slowed down to get off of the, or avoid the crash. Well, everybody's making pit stops now.
I mean, we've gone 32 laps on the tires here, and I would suspect there's going to be at least, at the minimum, 2 more stops.
Yeah, I would say you're right here. It's going to be tough to try to make it here on one more stop. Everybody taking 4. Justin Michael looks to be the first one off. Davis in second. Haynes. No, Widener beats Haynes.
Charlie Widener, that 31 WD-40 truck, is third off of pit road, and he beats Rob Haynes there in that number 99 truck. Justin Lehman, Andrew Schultz is going to be P6. Matt Sisler is going to be 7th. Chad Stern. Lyle Swearingen is going to be 9th. From Fontana, California. Let's see. Kyle McCartney is going to round out your top 10 there. And that number 18 truck. The 39-year-old driver out of Denver, Colorado. Sporting the old Safe Flight colors today.
Snap-on colors.
I like green. Green on a race car. They said it's bad luck. You know that?
Well, it's technically, we're at the tail end of St. Paddy's Day weekend, so I like the green.
I can get behind that.
Justin Michael leads the race over Butch Davis, Charlie Widener, Rob Haynes, and James Lehman in the top 5. Then we've got Andrew Schulte, Matt Sisler, Chad Stearns, Lyle Swearingen, Kyle McCartney, Chad Simpson, Morris Bogan, Jeff Schmeier, Carl Burke, Chris Samard, last week's race winner in 15th, Dan Brazington, Christian Bishop, Justin T. Wilkinson, Brendan Hughes, and Jeff Hollingsworth rounding out the top 20. Remember, Jeff was involved in a crazy finish here at the season opener where Justin Michael actually got through to win the first race of the season. Michigan was a crazy race. Alan Reed,
I was some laps down.
you were in that race.
I was in that race.
Bob Beltrami in that Beltrami Salami machine in 21st. Dennis Fuson, Brian Barnes, Charles Woods, Wayne Hutchison, Barry Phil, Ryan Steele, David Weaver, Earl Weaver, James Campbell, Skylar Vickroy, Daryl Scott, Dustin Burns, Wayne Fleet, Dave Rudd, Scott Kukas, Keith Kelman, and William Fletcher round out the trucks on the lead lap. Troy Baker came in for an unscheduled pit stop, got involved in that crash. I believe he has taken it to the hauler. He is out of this race. 38 trucks on the lead lap, 38 trucks still in this race. We are lined up, doubled up, ready to rock and rumble here in Chicagoland.
As the iRacing.com pace car lights are out, Justin Michael is on the inside, and you got Butch Davis to his outside. As we are bringing these guys down the back straight away here. Getting ready to turn these guys loose once again. You can send out your hate mail to nobody because of the announcer's curse. Nonetheless, Justin Michael on the inside of the furrow. iRacing.com pace car pulls off the racetrack through the Geico restart zone. Justin Michael on the button, and we are down and away. Justin Michael gets a good jump.
James Lehman in that 50, he got away so far from the fourth line truck on the inside. It's going to allow him to get up into third place. He's got drafting help now from the 99, gets a little bit loose coming up off the corner. Now he's got to block that low line. He's going to be able to complete that block, and the 99 of Haynes is going to push him past Butch Davis. Charlie Widener in second place. This is going to be a little bit more pack style than we were seeing at the end of that last run there, Alan.
Yeah, 2x2x2. A little more drafting help these guys are going to have. Here's where we're working lap 36. Down in the turn number 1, though. James Lehman is almost lined up next to Butch Davis.
And Charlie Widener with the run up on the top side. He's almost clear for the race lead, getting into turns 3 and 4. Justin Michael puts that fight back on the bottom. Here comes Butch Davis to the middle for 3 wide for the race lead. Almost contact between the bottom and the middle car. Justin Michael and Butch Davis there. They're dead even across the line, but I think Justin Michael led that lap. Davis trying to move through the middle. He's clear for the race lead.
Too close to call.
Side by side for second out. Charlie Widener has a big push from Haynes up in the 99. It's going to allow him to get clear for second place, but Michael fights hard on the bottom side. Doesn't have the draft. He was hoping for to keep him strong, but we know how good he was on old tires later on in that first run.
Lap number 38. Here comes Charlie Widener to the inside. Nope, kick and puts past. Man, I thought he was so close.
Not quite. Matt Sisler all up on the bumper of Michael. Now here comes the 05 to the inside. That's Chad Stearns trying to steal a spot from Matt Sisler.
I think he can help him.
Still side by side off of the corner. Justin Michael using up all of the racetrack that he possibly can. Meanwhile, Butch Davis has a fired charge up from Charlie Widener up on the top.
Butch Davis continues to lead us here as we were working lap 39 of 106. Charlie Widener taking a peek, but he will fall back in the line.
Well, it's almost like he's thinking about trying to fall back a little bit so he can get that run and take the lead. Here comes Lehman down to the inside. Goes all the way to the grass. He's able to take away third place. He's clear for third. Now racing for second against Widener. He's to the inside of the race leader, Butch Davis. He's got a strong run down on the bottom. Caution is out once again. Morris Bogan is involved. Jeff Schmeier.
Well, if your name is Alan and you said this is going to go green to checkered, you are so wrong.
Trying to see what happened here. Schultz is right around here as well. Bogan up on the top. Chad Simpson. Oh, net code.
That was big net code.
Bogan on his side. Gonna flip over. Try to find a better angle for replays than the blimp. So there's a bump there that reacts Chad Simpson into the 38 that sends him up into there. Obviously, there was no real contact made. Not
No,
100%
no.
sure what it looked like on the screens. Maybe it looked like there was. That's, sometimes how netcode works. But you're going to see Morris come down here and just nowhere for the 6 to go.
That was netcode. If you call it anything other than netcode, I'd call you crazy.
Yeah, that was a little bit of a server issue. That, don't get me wrong. These guys were racing close. They were racing hard, but we've seen a lot of hard racing, a little bit of contact even.
I think we got a little over 60 laps to go.
Yeah, just over 64 laps to go at this point in the race. They could make it for one more stop.
You're not wrong.
So Butch Davis holds on to the race lead over James Lehman, Charlie Widener, Rob Haynes, and Chad Stearns rounds out the top 5. We're going to go ahead and step side by side for a quick commercial break. We'll be right back with the restart. Back live here at Chicago, Butch Davis leads over James Lehman, Rob Haynes, Charlie Widener, and Chad Stearns in the top 5. Pace truck is ready to make that hard left turn. The lights are off. We are ready to roll for, I believe, 62 more laps here at Chicagoland. These guys door to door, getting right up on each other. That pace car makes a hard left turn. Green flag is in the air. Butch Davis with a strong restart. Gonna get away by about 2 car lengths.
I like that restart that Butch Davis just got.
It looks good so far, but these guys are going to have a nice tow coming down the back straightaway, as you can already see with the 50 getting right to the back bumper. Does Lehman want to take that anywhere? He's going to stay right on the back bumper. No, he goes down to
There
the
he goes.
inside into
There he
3 and
goes.
4.
Does he make a slide job happen?
He's going to slide up. Butch Davis doesn't have anything to fight it with. New race leader is James Lehman in the 50.
James Lehman would love to get himself a win here tonight. But so would 41 other cars.
That is true. 34 drivers still on the lead lap right now. Chad Simpson, Wayne Fleet, Jeff Schmeier, Morris Bogan. They all came in to get some repairs done after that last caution. We're almost 4 wide coming up off of turn number 4. There's Andrew Schulte in the middle. He's going to get into Sisler.
Oh, no.
Matt Sisler, heavy contact from the 40. Schulte gets hit as well. The 28 slides in. Nowhere to go. Calamity down the front straightaway. Allen.
It's probably going to end the night of some really good trucks.
Yeah, I know you and I had talked a little bit about Sisler before the race. He's, didn't put a lot of practice laps down, but this is a track and truck combo that fits him well. Looks like Andrew Schulte stuck in the middle. Gonna make a little bit of contact here with Sisler. We'll see. He's got Hollingsworth down on the bottom, Sisler up on the top.
Like 97 gets a little loose there.
Oh, so I think Schulte came down, maybe reacted to how close the 97 was and came back up, and geez, just nowhere for that 40 truck to go. Beltrami's almost in it. He might have gotten a hit from it. That 35 torn up.
There's just trucks everywhere.
Biggest run of the day so far. Let's see it real time. Take another look from on board with the 40 of Woods.
This one's going to hurt.
Man. There was nothing he could do. The truck in front of him got out of the way at, well, the most opportune time for him, but the least for the trailing car in the 40 of Charles Woods. As we come around to complete lap number 49, begin lap number 50. James Lehman is the race leader. Butch Davis, Rob Haynes, Justin Michael, Charlie Widener, Chad Stearns, Lyle Swearingen, Kyle McCartney, Jeff Hollingsworth, and Chris Samard, rounding out our top 10.
Oh, man. We got a whole new race now. We're at lap 50, so we got what? 56 to go?
56 to go, 57 right now. It'll probably be 55 at the restart.
Not bad. We're only, what, 4 cautions in?
I think
3?
so, but we could double check.
And if you are checking in the YouTube chat, you are probably done for the night.
Not the news we wanted to give you, but it's the news we have.
Yes. And we're here to inform and entertain.
Infotainment is what we can call it.
Infotainment. I like it. I like it. We're going to use that one.
Well, appreciate you guys letting me play around with that stuff for a moment. We'll pretend that didn't happen. So we break lap number 51. We're under our third caution of the day. Side by side up front, though, doubled up, ready to roll here just in front of halfway in this race.
Well, nonetheless, James Lehman in the number 50 truck, he's looking to get a good restart on Butch Davis as we get ready to go back to green. iRacing.com pulls off track. We're down and away. James Lehman gonna get the early jump on Butch Davis.
Such a big jump that allows the 99, that Rob Haynes machine, the beer store truck, to get up there. I tell you what, one time, Alan, I stopped at a beer store when I was up in Canada, because that is where you buy beer. You buy it at the beer store. And it's a little bit different than what we're used to. I am used to walking into a store and just having a giant selection. I grab what I want and bring it to the counter. When I went to the beer store, and maybe it's not like that, and if there's any Canadians in the chat that can correct me, I basically walked in, I told the guy what I wanted, and he, wow, we're 3 wide. Let's finish this story later. Butch Davis to the middle, trying to take away second place. Justin Michael on the bottom. The beer store truck up on the top. That's Rob Haynes, but Butch Davis doing a strong run here.
Well, I tell you what, the beer store truck is going on a beer run right now.
Yep, but he's telling him exactly what he wants. He wants to win this race, and he's fighting for second as contact. Lyle Swearingen goes around in the back.
Caution number 4.
Caution number 4 as the 30 truck is involved as well. That's Skylar Vickroy.
Wow. I didn't do this.
Yes, you did. You said we were going to go caution free. This is your fault. This
Okay,
is the 4th caution of the race here at lap 55. It's not like it's been a wreck fest. There's contact between Hollingsworth and Swearingen that sends Swearingen down into the truck to his inside. We'll slow it down, try to take a different look at it. So yeah, I believe McCartney was the one who got hit that kept on going. Hollingsworth comes up and collects Swearingen. 29 got a piece. 17 sliding big time there. That's Wayne Hutchison.
That's what you call the slide for life.
Let's take a look at that while we can. Give Wayne Hutchison some props here.
Ooh, good piece of driving.
Just a touch with that 11 of Dennis Fuson to send him sideways. Does a great job drifting through that crash. Wayne Hutchison, he's going to get through in 14th place. Great job by him. Dennis just up in front of him. Bob Beltrami, Ryan Steele, just outside of the top 10. Looking at Justin T. Wilkinson, who holds on to that coveted 10th place spot.
You know what I like about this league, Liam, is they didn't start at Daytona. Bob, doesn't not like to use the cliche starting at Daytona.
No, we
like
ran
everybody
last
else
week
does.
at Daytona.
Right.
We started this
Usually-
season at Michigan.
Usually season opener track is Daytona. Everybody goes to Daytona their season opener. Bob Beltrami? No, he goes, we'll go to Michigan.
Yeah, and it's been a great season so far. I mean, Michigan gave us an incredible finish that really seemed like it should have been a plate race finish, and that really set the tone for what we've seen all year. We've seen incredible battling. We've seen some late race passes for the lead, and we've seen plenty of Justin Michael domination.
We have. And, we're working lap 57 here.
Yep, onto the fourth caution of the day here, just past halfway here in Chicagoland. Lehman continues to lead, but, we've got big names here like Andrew Schulte, who's still down the pit road getting some damage repaired. Lyle Swearingen out here also getting damage repaired. Matt Sisler, we know he's quick. He hasn't really put up the results. Jeff Schmeier, he was running up front in this race early on too. He started 3rd place. He's still getting damage repaired in the pit lane. His truck is still there. He hasn't loaded it up quite yet.
I don't think he's going to.
I don't think so either.
I think he gets fixed.
Well, lights are off on the iRacing.com pace truck. James Lehman ready to lead them down over Robert Haynes, Justin Michael, Charlie Widener, and Kyle McCartney.
Does Rob Haynes have anything for James Lehman? We're going to find out here in about a half a lap.
Does Justin Michael have what it takes to pass them both here on this restart? I don't know. I know he's been fast on the long run, but something tells me that Justin Michael up on the top side of row number 2, he's going to have something to say here on this restart.
That may be the case. Definitely not wrong.
Lehman leads them down.
Here we go. Lehman, Haynes to the restart zone, and we are down and away. We are back to racing.
Justin Michael, he got the restart he needed up on the top side. Looks up to the tippy top of the racetrack. Forgive me for this camera angle. We don't have the onboards like I'm used to. Now the 05 moves to his inside. That's Chad Stearns. He's trying to take away a top 4 spot. He's got the run down to the inside.
Here comes Chad Stearns on the inside. Yeah, here comes McCartney also.
Widener is blocking left and right, trying to keep that 99 of Haynes behind him.
Haynes leads looking to the inside of that WD-40 can. That WD-40 car. They call it a can even though it's a sheet metal.
And they're
Now
trucks, but
McCartney.
here comes McCartney down to the inside. Here comes Widener down to the inside for the race lead. Can he hold on to it? He's going to get clear. He pulls off the slide job. New race leader, it's Charlie Widener, but there's the 50 looking down to the inside. He's going to try to take it right back here in turns 1 and 2. Widener defends the inside lane. Here comes Haynes up on the top side. And while this is all happening, Ryan Steele on fresh tires in 12th place has put down the fastest lap of the race and now moved up into 10th place, passing Brian Barnes and Bob
Here comes Ryan Steele trying to steal the show.
Hollingsworth in the middle of 3 wide once again. We've seen him make, we'll call it ghostly contact, a little bit of netcode with Hollingsworth, and he's been in the center of a couple of situations so far here today, and now he's working on the outside of the top 5, looking in, trying to work that top side just behind. Looks like that's Justin Michael just in front of him. Racing for the lead, though. Rob Haynes is trying to take it away. He's going to get to the inside. McCartney to the bottom of 3 wide for third. Michael in the middle. Widener's going to fall back and try to figure out which way to go. He's going to follow Michael up on the top side of the racetrack. Here comes Lehman back down to the bottom. Haynes holds on to that top side. He's not contesting it super hard. He knows exactly what we know. This is going to be a trading back and forth unless these guys just lock up, get together, and try to gap the rest of this pack. Here comes Justin Michael down to the bottom of the racetrack. He's going to get clear for the race lead. Big slider for Justin. Into the wall goes Rob Haynes. He's going to fall off a little bit. Here comes Lehman. Where does he go? He's going to get down to the inside. Looks to the inside of Michael. Michael gets down to block it. Lehman in the dirty air. Has to slide up the racetrack. Here comes McCartney trying to take away third. McCartney down to the bottom. The 50 truck going to get into the way of Haynes. That's Lehman up on the top side, but not quite enough. And around goes the 5. No! Wow! Chad Stearns. I don't know how he just did that. He was pointed 45 degrees down to the inside. Did not overcorrect. And then got it back straight and only loses 1 position, maybe 2, to Charlie Widener and Chris Samard as he moves up in front of JTW. JTW now to the bottom of the racetrack. Let's see if we can find that replay there, because that was incredible. All right, we'll take the whole lap here on the blimp cam.
This is the 05 truck here.
Looks like we're a little bit behind. Should be coming this time, though. Is it Hollingsworth again?
I think. No, you're on Stern.
Yep, Hollingsworth gets into Stern. Back up to the front, back to the live pictures. Justin Michael takes the race lead, and he is gapping the field just like he has already done. 67 laps complete. 39 laps to go here in Joliet, Illinois.
I've never been to Joliet, Illinois. Been by it. Never been, though.
I went once. I saw Chris Jericho's band Fozzy play at a venue called The Forge in Joliet. And then when we left there, we drove past this very legendary racetrack, Chicagoland Speedway. Didn't have anything going on, but it was cool to see. Justin Michael is driving away. Lehman and McCartney racing for third place, but starting to separate a little bit more. Rob Haynes working the top side of Widener. Widener does not want to give up this spot here for fourth. Doesn't look like he's going to have much of a choice with that 99 of Haynes up on the top. Slow car up in the way. The 6 just in front of Haynes. That's going to slow him down big time. Samard gets around. Widener gets around as well. That's 6. That's Wayne Fleet. Multiple laps down. Big time damage on the car. He's going to be slower. We'll jump over to the YouTube chat for just a moment here. Matt Sisler has jumped in. He says, I'm disgusted, to be honest. Absolutely ridiculous that I get wrecked because people don't know how to use the brakes when there's a wreck in front of them. Not blaming Schulte at all. It was a racing incident, but it's ridiculous that I get my truck wrecked because of people ARCA braking into a wreck that happened 10 seconds in front of me. I can't pretend it didn't happen. Schmeier, you want the scroll back up on the top? Yes, let's do that.
Lap 72 we're working right now. Justin Michael's got this one pretty handedly in the lead. He's been in control of the field for a good long while.
Yeah, so far he's sitting pretty, but we've still got a ways to go as James Lehman has gone into the pits. Could this be a strategy call here with just under 35 laps to go?
It could be. Because they might not want to come in the late race stages, so they get their gas now, and that'll pretty much get them to all the way.
That definitely could be the case as Justin Michael continues to wind these laps down, and now we've got more. Rob Haynes, Kyle McCartney, Chad Stearns coming into the pits. These guys coming in for 4 tires and fuel, trying to get that undercut on your race leader. Don't forget, your race leader has not come into the pits since lap 31. It has been 42 laps since then. Obviously, we've had a decent amount of cautions up in there. But you are past the point of splitting this run. So now here comes Samard trying to take away second from Charlie Widener. Looks up to the top side, getting into turns 1 and 2. He's got the nose up on that bumper. He's just got to keep it there, coming up off of the corner. Utilize that top lane. He's got the momentum. Here comes Chris Samard up on the top side. This is a battle for second place. He's got a little bit of help from Butch Davis. You see the top side prevailing? No! Charlie Widener's coming into the pits. So is Christian Bishop behind him. Jeff Hollingsworth. Justin Michael still holding on to the race lead. He's gapped up Chris Samard by about 3 seconds as here comes Butch Davis to the top side for second. When does Justin Michael make his pit stop, and do any of these guys behind him get the chance to undercut him? I feel like Chris Samard being on the bottom, you got to pit right now. And he's going to do it. He's coming in. Justin Michael, the race leader, comes in as well. This is the money stop. You can make it from here, but should the caution come out, that's going to throw a little bit of a wrench in your plans. Appreciate everybody tuning in live here on Sim Racing Media for the Western States Racing League. Live here in Chicago. Butch Davis holds on to the race lead over Brian Barnes, Ryan Steele, Wayne Hutchison, Dennis Fuson. So we take a look at these guys who have made pit stops. Some of these guys coming in. Wayne Hutchison that time, he's got the 53 of Carl Burke. I'm pretty sure he's going to have a penalty for getting in too wide. Lehman and McCartney able to get around Justin Michael, but for how long? There's 3 and 4 difference in laps on their tires. Lehman is in front of Justin Michael by just over a second. And now he's racing with Kyle McCartney. Chad Simpson just in front of these guys. He's already made a pit stop here. No, he has not made a green flag pit stop, but a lot of these guys now came into the pits under those last caution flags. Butch Davis, last pit was lap 55. He can stay out a little bit longer. Brian Barnes and Ryan Steele, along with Dennis Fuson, on lap 41. Schulte was involved in that crash. He came in on 56. Keith Kelman also on 55. Brazington, Rudds, Kukas all on the same lap with Chad Simpson. Kyle McCartney's the first guy on fresh tires. He's got a mirror full of the 50 as now you see Brian Barnes in the 4 goes down to the pit lane. Just barely getting off of the racetrack. Now, Alan, when you see a guy in your back mirror, like if you're Kyle McCartney right now, you see that 50 pushing hard. How hard can you worry knowing that Justin Michael has been the fastest car on the racetrack and he's only a second and a quarter behind you? Not sure. Oh, problems! Butch Davis hard into the wall from the race lead.
Wow.
Haynes is involved.
That's a tough break.
What just happened?
Alan,
We were watching it.
That's caution number 5, William.
Oh man, Kyle got into Butch.
Wow, that's a hard look.
And the 50 hits him, the 99 hits him as well. Justin Michael's able to get through. Man, that is tough.
It's definitely a tough break. Nonetheless, though, that 43 truck's going to be put on the hauler. This day is more than likely done.
Absolutely. We're going to take another look here from the far chase cam. And you can tell McCartney's trying to slow down to not hit him, but the speed differential is just too much. They come together. That takes out 3 of our top contenders in Butch Davis, Rob Haynes, and, of course, the 50 of Lehman. Meanwhile, up front, everybody's coming into the pits. Andrew Schulte is your race leader. He's going to lead him down. Kyle McCartney not quite a lap down, neither is Justin Michael. We anticipate that these guys are going to pit. Jeff Hollingsworth is the first driver stuck behind the pace car to be a lap down. Justin Michael getting extra lucky there. Not only was he able to avoid the crash, but he was able to avoid being stuck a lap down. Greg DeVries dropping in here saying Davis had that coming. He cut right down on him. McCartney has fresh tires. He saw him coming, tried to block for no reason. Well, I'm not going to say anything, but you said it, so. Ryan Steele holds out of the race lead right now over Andrew Schulte, Dan Brazington, Justin Michael, and Keith Kelman. Kelman with a strong recovery after we saw him get turned around, I believe, Alan, for the first or second caution of this race. Doing a real good job of recovering, and well, now he's up into the top 5. He's up in 4th place as Justin Michael's come into the pits.
I wonder what's wrong with Justin Michael. Is this a scheduled pit stop?
Don't tell me he's trying to make it fun.
He might be.
A little bit of a top-off action there. He's
I mean,
down
at least
and
get
away.
gas. At least get gas. Look, there's like 21 other cars that think they can win this race still. Ryan Steele is up to 11 spots or 28 spots right now, as he's the front runner.
Yeah, and he's gonna have 20. I think about 20 laps to go when he takes the green flag. We should be getting 1 to green this time.
Oh, easy.
Cars are going to be able to get around the pace car. Now Ryan Steele and Andrew Schulte move up to row number 1. They've got Dan Brasington, who we saw get involved in a crash a little bit of time ago. He's got Keith Kelman to his outside, who was also involved in a crash. Dave Rudd is up here. I tell you what, Alan, with 20 laps to go, look at how many of these top 5, top 10 drivers have gained double-digit spots from the start. This is incredible stuff, and if these guys can hold the track position, man, we might be in for something special.
I think we are. But here's the thing. Ryan Steele and Andrew Schulte. Andrew Schulte is season 49 champion. And man, he's going to be good on the outside here. The pace car makes the hard left turn, and we are down and away. 20 to go. Like Liam said, Ryan Steele got a jump.
Yeah, Steele wasted no time trying to get away there as Brasington looks to the inside of Schulte. He's going to try to keep his nose down there on the inside. Schulte can't quite get down clear. Now he does. Now these guys are going to be able to utilize a big toe on the race leader here. Is it going to be enough down the back straightaway? Not quite. Goes from about 4 car lengths to 2. Not quite enough for Schulte to make a big run on Ryan Steele. Meanwhile, you notice our top 10 is a little bit more drifted out than they usually are. Because of the way that caution fell during the pit stops, numerous drivers were caught 1 lap down, had to take the wave around, had to start single file at the tail end of the field. So drivers like Wayne Hutchison, Brandon Hughes, Bob Beltrami, they are mired back in traffic. Still on the lead lap. Try to take positions and get forward, but
I mean, the standard hourglass is running out. Some of these drivers.
Wayne Hutchison right to the back bumper there of Brandon Hughes.
Here we go. It's about to get good. Because Wayne Hudson, he's got to look to the outside. We got 3 wide action back here in the back.
And don't look now, Justin Michael put up the fastest lap of the race that last time around.
Really?
30:55. I've seen some 30:70s throughout the course of this day, but I've not seen anybody drops into the 60s or the 50s. Fantastic job there by... Well, now here comes Kyle McCartney with the fastest lap. He's got a 51 that last time around.
Holy cow. What? Did they wait till now to start qualifying or what?
Oh, they got big draft laps coming on now, and especially with this separation between the packs. Ryan Steele and Andrew Schulte running top 2. Caution is out here for Jeff Hollingsworth and Scott Kukas.
That's a tough break for those guys.
Hollingsworth is caught up in another.
Here we go.
Yeah, these two coming up off the corner together.
You know what, Liam? I think it was just a same piece of real estate kind of thing.
No, 242 hits the wall and bounces off and clips into Hollingsworth.
Ooh. Why does it hurt? Why do I cringe every time I see someone nose it into the wall?
It is not pleasant.
I've been there. Oh.
I've been there.
I've been there numerous times. Pit
Oh.
stops.
Race leaders coming in. Steele
Whoa!
comes in, and Schulte decides not to. Schulte stays out with Kyle McCartney, Dan Brasington, Keith Kelman, and Dave Rudd. Justin Michaels also into the pits with Ryan Steele.
Schulte almost took the bait.
Steele's got one of the first pit boxes there. Campbell's coming in as well. Beltrami, Simpson, Bishop, Samard. But the top 12 stay out. Schulte, McCartney, Brasington, Kelman, Rudd, Widener, Barnes, Hughes, Weaver, Scott, Fuson, and Burns all stay out as Ryan Steele wins the race off pit road after taking 4 tires and fuel.
That's crazy. Absolutely insane. How Schulte did not made the right-hand turn before he got to the commitment cone.
Yeah, I thought he was in. I thought he was committed, but
It was close.
he was not. Great heads-up driving there by Andrew Schulte. Trying to steal one away here with 14 coming to 13 laps to go. See if the lights go off on the pace truck this time.
I think it'll be one more time.
Yep.
Lights are out.
No, they're not.
Nope, they're not.
Well, we're going to go ahead and step side by side real quick. We'll be right back for the restart. Live here, 1 to go at Chicagoland Speedway. Andrew Schulte to the inside of Kyle McCartney. You got Brasington and Kelman in row number 2. And Dave Rudd and Charlie Widener making up row number 3. 12 laps to go, going to be 11 at the restart.
We are going to have an 11-lap shootout here. Can Andrew Schulte hold on for 11 laps and score the victory here in Chicago? We're going to find out.
We're going to find out here as we have, yeah, like you said, 11 laps to go at this restart. Things are about to heat up.
iRacing.com pace truck getting ready to make that hard left turn. Here we go. Hard left turn. Andrew Schulte on the button into the category start zone, and we are down and away for the last 11 laps of this race.
Schulte gets away down to the bottom. He's trying to cut away from that draft. They're 3 wide already in the back of this pack. Look at this. The 19 JTW stuck through the middle. They're 3 wide, 4 wide through the middle of this pack. Dennis Fuson is going to lose out on that. And JTW gets himself up into the top 10. He's up in 9th place after that.
Wow.
Bernard looking through the middle.
I didn't think 4 wide was going to work there.
I had no shot. There's the 16 down to the bottom of the racetrack. Weaver slides up into Christian Bishop. Gets him almost into the wall, but these guys able to keep going. Coming up off of turn number 2. Around goes Brian Barnes.
How did the 42 truck ever hang on to it? Brian Barnes nosed it into the inside wall.
Samard, JTW gets loose up in front of him. Oh, and the 45, Dave Rudd, just happened to be on the bottom as the 4 moved down. Hits the inside wall, but I don't think it's going to be too much damage.
I think he can continue.
So less than 10 laps to go here in Chicagoland. And with the way that these trucks work, it's not quite a pack race, but when you get down into these late stages, it is really, really tough to make a mistake.
Yeah, you don't want to make a mistake.
I mean, you get a little bit loose, that could cost you everybody jumping down to let the wave around go by. But yeah, you get a little bit loose, that we've seen, that can cost you 3, 4, 5 spots plus.
Oh, for sure. And every point matters too, so you gotta keep that in mind.
So Kyle McCartney leads over Andrew Schulte, Dan Brazington, Ryan Steele, and Charlie Widener in the top 5. Justin Michael, then Keith Kellman, Justin T. Wilkinson, Chris Samard, and Dave Rudd round out your top 10. Should be getting the 1 to green this time, which will give us about 6 laps to go to decide a winner.
Not a lot of time.
No, not at all.
Not a lot of time.
Lights are still on the pace truck, which should give us 5 to go.
Does anybody have anything for Andrew Schulte? Right now we know Kyle McCartney does.
Kyle McCartney's hoping he does.
Kyle McCartney's been tough.
Ryan Steele in 4th place has the freshest tires. He came in on lap 92 under one of these most recent cautions. So keep an eye on him up on the top side of row number 2 as this restart comes together. Waiting on the lights to go off. We should have 5 to go here. Andrew Schulte up in the 81 is ready to double up. You can see. Lights are off. Let's go.
Liam, you ready for a 5-lap shootout here?
We'll see. We'll see what we get. Of course, if we don't make it to the white flag and the caution comes out, we will re-rack it and try for a green-white checker overtime finish. But we're not there yet. We still got 5 laps to go. 7.5 miles. Can Kyle McCartney steal this one away from Schulte? Can Ryan Steele take these fresh tires up on the outside and get the job done, or can Justin Michael continue on his dominant run and take this one away from 6th place with 5 laps to go?
Lots of storylines here.
Dan Brasington, of course, he's been involved in an incident or two. Charlie Widener as well. We saw got turned around. Running up in the top 5. He could steal one away here too. Keith Kelman. Chris Samard looking for 2 in a row. Pace
Well,
car's
yeah,
gonna
we're
make
about
that.
to find out.
Hard left turn has been made. McCartney on the throttle right away in the Geico restart zone. He's got about 2 car lengths over Schulte, but Schulte with a big push from Steele. Look at Michael, look into the middle.
3 wide.
Justin Michael trying to get to the top side of Schulte. Is he going to be able to? Not quite. He's going to give him a big push as he moves to the outside of McCartney. Michael looks to the top side, trying to make it 3 wide. Not quite enough there as he pushes Schulte now on the outside of McCartney. Big time push up on the top side as Schulte looks to take the race lead from McCartney at the line. Schulte has it by a skosh. 4 laps to go.
It's gonna get good. Here comes Andrew Schulte on running that middle line. Ryan's still gonna take and give it the outside a good look.
Well, he thought about it, Michael, up to the top side of the racetrack as Schulte blocks all the way down in front of McCartney. A little bit loose out of Michael. McCartney, can he get clear for second? All the way down to the bottom goes Michael, and crashing in the back as Charlie Widener gets turned head on into the wall.
I think that WD-40 truck ran out of lubrication.
He might have. Oh man, Samar just hooked him. Great job by everybody able to get around that.
Man.
Now we've got a green light checker.
So we're gonna take the green flag with 2 to go, and we're gonna run around 2 laps. If we make it back to the flag for 1 to go, the next flag wins if we have a wreck. If we don't make it back to 2 to go, then we're gonna re-wreck it, reset it, try again.
Trying to figure out what's happening to Schulte here. He might have just pulled off.
And that would be the worst break ever for Schulte.
Running up in the top 2. Now there's no scoring there for that 81 machine.
Unless he just had internet issues. I'm showing him all the way back in 19th on mine.
Yeah, same here. Seems like he's fallen out of the session. So Kyle McCartney holds out of the race lead over Justin Michael. Ryan Steele, Justin T. Wilkinson, and Chris Samard is still up in 5th place after that heavy contact. David Weaver is up in 6th. Christian Bishop, Wayne Hutchison, Keith Kelman, and Daryl Scott round out your top 5 or top 10 rather. Bob Beltrami and that Beltrami salami machine sits just outside of the top 10. With car number 11 behind him, Brandon Hughes, Dave Rudd, and Dustin Burns rounding out the top 15. Brian Barnes, James Campbell, Chad Stearns, and Charlie Widener. The last cars on the lead lap as Wayne Fleet sits in 20th. He is 1 lap down. Barry Phil is on the racetrack along with Rob Haynes. Lyle Swearingen out here as well. But most everybody else involved in incidents has elected to put it up on the hauler and take the points that are given.
Nonetheless, though.
Kyle McCartney going to lead him down over Justin Michael. We've got 2 laps to go here in Chicagoland. A couple of extra laps headed our way. It was 106 laps scheduled. We're about to take the green on 107, get the white on 108, checkers on 109.
Maybe.
We'll see.
At least I'd like to think so.
I mean, we know how good these guys are, but when this aggression level hits up to a 10 like it has at an abrasive track at Chicagoland, now you got 2 laps to go. Anything is possible here as the pace car makes that hard left turn once again. Kyle McCartney going to lead him down. Green flag is in the air. He's on it as soon as he can be.
Kyle McCartney goes all the way down to the apron. He's going to make that truck 5 lanes wide.
Gonna make it as wide as he possibly can as there's Ryan Steele down at the inside of Justin Michael trying to take away second. He's got the low line, taking that draft, getting closer to the race leader. Up the racetrack goes McCartney to try to block both moves. What can he do as here comes JTW to the back of Justin. Justin's working up on the top side. White flag is in the air. We're gonna make it back. Justin Michael up on the top side. He's got the nose up there. Going for the race lead. Does he have enough momentum to take it away from McCartney? McCartney tries to slide up. He doesn't quite have enough. Side by side behind him. Side by side for the race lead.
They almost touch.
Almost. McCartney nudges out forward, coming through turns 3 and 4. Michael gonna stay strong up top as they come through turns 3 and 4 across the line. It's Kyle McCartney across the line. Justin Michael did what he could to finish second. Justin T. Wilkinson in 3rd place to round out the podium. What a finish for Kyle McCartney to sneak that one away by a nose.
Oh, man.
Woo! And Christian Bishop on that last lap put down the fastest lap of the whole night with a 30:49.
Liam, can we go back and watch that last lap?
Yes, we will, but we're going to go ahead and watch Justin lost. Justin got 2nd and 3rd. We're going to watch Kyle McCartney burn it down as he takes a shot from Chris Samard. So he might not get to burn it down. These guys don't really allow that to happen. But everybody giving Kyle McCartney some loves and some hits. He's going to burn it down here in the grass. There's Haynes trying to get into him. This is actually a very popular win here to get Kyle McCartney into victory lane. So you can see just how many people are trying to give him a little bit more than a love tap. Now he gets to burn it down. Somebody tried getting him there. We're waiting on Kyle McCartney to get up into the post-race chat. We've got our second and third place finishers. Go ahead and show you another look at this white flag. From up top. Well, as we wait for our race winner to get up into here, may as well start at 3, 2, 1. Bring in third place, Justin Wilkinson. Justin, it's Liam and Alan up in the booth. You got a copy?
I do, yeah.
Dude, you had an up and down race today for sure, but you came around at the end, able to get a podium finish. Kind of walk us through, what was it like working through the traffic that you had to deal with all day?
Oh man, I had no business finishing third, to be honest. I kind of lucked into that, which was, I'll take it, but it was just, the strategy at the beginning was to save tire. And then I realized that even, saving tire, everyone around the high line, it was still really hard to pass. So I kind of put myself in a hole there at the very beginning. And then, I think after the first pit stops, I got wrapped up in a wreck there. I barely caught a part of, I think it was Chad Simpson's car, and had to fix it. Went back to 30th, and then kind of played a little bit of strategy and worked my way up. Just avoided the wrecks. I think that was the big thing. Avoided the wrecks and the disconnects there at the end. I don't know what happened there, but avoided all that, and I guess I lucked my way into that P3, so I'll take it.
And as we take a look here at this white flag, you got right up onto the back bumper of that 87. Do you think there was anything more you could have done to try to take away this checkered flag for yourself?
No, honestly, I've had terrible luck the past 5 weeks, so I wasn't trying to be a brave person at the end there. I know Justin's fast. I had the outside, so my kind of plan was just to roll with him and try to push him to the win there. And just kind of have a decent finish for once, so I was just playing it safe, and I wasn't trying to push the envelope too hard there. So I'm happy with it. I'm happy with that result.
Well, before we let you go, you finished a super strong P3. Who do you want to thank for such a strong effort? Who gets it done on that team?
Oh God, everybody gets it done. Butch, he's always fast. Chad's fast. Lyle's fast. Chris, God, work. I mean, everybody's fast. They had unfortunate mishaps. Most of them did. I think Chris finished behind me. Dan unfortunately dropped out there at the end, so he didn't get the result that he could have. He should have. But yeah, so FBR is just full of fast guys, so it's fun to be part of that group and learn from them. So yeah, just them and a little shout out to my sponsor, simratmarket.com. That's about it.
Well, awesome stuff, Justin. Fantastic finish, and we know the FBR has a good group of people rooting for him in the YouTube chat, so they're going to be happy to see you up on the podium, and we're happy to talk to you. Hopefully we'll be talking to you again next week.
Yeah, I hope so. We'll see.
All right, now we're going to move in with second place, Justin Michael. Allen, I think you got him.
Justin, it's Alan, and Liam in the SRM booth. How you doing?
Good. How about you guys?
Man, P2, a photo finish.
We'll be with you in like 2 minutes.
Yeah, sounds good, man.
Before the start finish line, and everybody says that if we would have made contact, I probably would have got him. I don't know. I just kind of went down just to kind of slow him down a little bit, but I didn't expect us to touch. But I don't know. I just coming up that last restart, it's like I'm just not gonna lift, and we're gonna have to see what happens. So I was able to get a pretty good restart and drive back on the outside of him. He had older tires than I did. I think they were about 10 laps older, so that really helped us a lot.
Yeah. So now we're moving on to our next track. What's your mindset as we move forward to the remainder of the season?
I don't really keep up with the schedule. I'm not gonna lie, so I don't even know what track is next. Do you know?
Oh,
I have no
we don't.
Okay.
We
Yeah, I
are
don't know.
we are fly by the seat of our pants, just like you, but we can figure it out in just a moment here.
It's okay as long as it's not New Hampshire. I'm good.
I don't think
Hey,
it's in here.
that's pretty good. Good. I can't stand that place. Sorry, Scott, if you're listening out there. Thanks for painting my
We're going to
truck.
Pocono next week.
Oh, I love
64
Pocono.
laps
Let's
at the
go.
Tricky Triangle.
Let's go. I love Pocono.
Man. So, anyways, Justin, before I let you go, is there anybody that you'd like to thank to help get you here tonight?
I just said Scott out there, Pat and Paints for painting the truck. All the guys over at Bandit Motorsports. We had a really good run tonight until I don't know, about halfway through. A couple of them got taken out, and Charlie and Andrew got some bad luck there right at the end. So, but good group of guys over there. We love them a lot. So, definitely a good group to run with, and just you guys for calling the race, Bob for putting on the series, and hopefully everybody out there enjoyed the finish.
All right, we'll get you out of here to celebrate your team, and we'll see you next week.
Thanks, guys.
And of course, our race winner, Kyle McCartney, getting it done by just a nose. Kyle, it's Liam and Aaron or Alan up in the booth. You got a copy?
I got a copy, guys. Hope
yeah,
you guys
can
enjoyed
tell.
that one.
Yeah, you can tell I'm just as excited as you are, not knowing my commentator's name here. But dude, you got it done by just over an inch in front of one of the best in the league. Walk us through that last restart.
Yeah, it was. I was just trying to get out as far as I could. I knew those guys were gonna catch me, and really going into turn 3 in that first lap, I wanted to be clear, so I had at least a shot. I knew if they were side by side, I was hosed. The outside was kind of the dominant lane when guys were side by side, and I was kind of hoping that I was still going to be out in front going turn 1, but Justin got a great run, and at that point I was just flat-footing it, and I know he was too, and it was just down to luck at that point. So it was good times though.
Yeah, absolutely phenomenal drive. And Justin had a nice run coming up off of the corner. He came down and hit you. Were you nervous when that happened coming up off of turn 4?
Oh no, I was hoping that if he did hit me, it would kind of stall his momentum. And right before the line, we bumped again. I think had we not bumped, he might have got me. It felt like I got a little bit of a jump forward when we banged doors there. So, yeah, I think it was at 3/10,000ths or something. It was pretty close. So, could have gone either way.
Definitely could have, but it came your way. Is there anybody you want to thank for such a strong run here in Chicagoland and holding off one of, if not the best in the season so far?
Yeah, I got to give a shout out to my wife and one of the guys on the chat, Greg DeVries. He comes and supports me every week, and I just want to say I won this race for a child Palmer. He passed away in November, and I've been wanting to win one for him for a while now, and so I'm so happy we got it done tonight.
That's awesome stuff, man. I'm happy for you there. It's a great deal. Congratulations on the win once again, and yeah, glad you got it.
Thanks, Liam. We'll catch you guys next week. I think we're at Pocono, aren't we?
Yes, sir. Pocono, 64 laps at the Tricky Triangle. Hope you're ready.
Yeah, we're gonna do that. I don't know what that Indy deal where they go back and forth. We'll be doing that there, so that'll be a lot of fun.
Well, I can't wait to watch it. It's gonna be a great show, and we'll be live with that next Tuesday night, same time, 10:20 Eastern.
All right, so we'll catch you guys then.
Well, that's going to about do it for us here on Sim Racing Media. We'll go ahead and show you our race results. Got to back it up just a hair there. But Kyle McCartney gets it done over Justin Michael, Justin T. Wilkinson, Ryan Steele, and Chris Samart. Then we've got Christian Bishop, Wayne Hutchison, David Weaver, Bob Beltrami, Daryl Scott, Dennis Fuson, Brandon Hughes, James Campbell, Dustin Burns, Keith Kelman, Brian Barnes, Chad Stearns, Dave Rudd, Charlie Widener, Wayne Fleet, Andrew Schulte, Chad Simpson, Dan Brazington, Barry Phil, Skylar Vickroy, Rob Haynes, Earl Weaver, Matt Sisler, Jeff Hollingsworth, Scott Kukas, then Charles Woods, James Lehman, Butch Davis, Carl Burke, Lyle Swearingen, Jeff Schmeier, William Fletcher, Morris Bogan, Troy Baker, and Heath Smith round out the 40 trucks that started out in this race. Kyle McCartney gets the job done in an incredible photo finish over Justin Michael and Justin T. Wilkinson. Ryan Steele finishes 4th and Chris Samard in the top 5. That's going to do it for us here on Sim Racing Media. Can't thank you guys enough for tuning in. It's been a blast. The Western States Racing League always puts on a good show. But, well, the usual. As you guys play in the streets of life, or as you guys walk through the streets of life, don't play in traffic. Thanks, folks.